Hello everyone, welcome and thanks for coming. I will introduce first my dear assistant Josh. Thank you very much for assisting me. And I'm really excited today because I'm gonna show you a very cool recipe that I hope it will serve you well to do many other variations. And I particularly love this recipe because I love rice. And when I became raw foodist, I thought that, I wanted to be a little bit more hardcore, and I thought that I wouldn't be able to eat grains. But since I discovered this recipe, as well as, of course, sprouted quinoa or buckwheat, I'm more than happy to revisit many traditional recipes. So the theme today is Mexico. So this is a Mexican seasoned rice. And I wanted to dedicate it to somebody who is in the backstage, who's just been lovely to us every day, spoiling us with lovely smoothies. So Roberto, this recipe goes for you. Okay, so this is very simple. It's done in 3 easy and simple steps. First of all, we have our wild rice, okay? This is been soaking for 24 hours inside a dehydrator. 1 cup of rice, 6 cups of water. I cover it like this with a mess, and then I put this because we need to drain it now. So my assistant is going to take care of that. And this rice technically is not raw because of the way it's being processed. It cannot be considered raw, but we are going to use it without cooking it with fire. We've been cooking it with the dehydrator. So all the enzymes are there, and although it's not raw, it has many health benefits. So let's say that this is like pseudo grain, like quinoa is, and this is called also Canadian rice, Indian rice, or water oats. This grain was eaten in North America and China, and it is thought to be like a sacred rice. It has a very chewy outer part, and then the inner part is very tender. White rice has many benefits for the health. It's high in potassium, phosphorus, like wheat, corn, or oats, but the difference is it's gluten-free. It's high in fiber, protein, folate, B vitamins like niacin, riboflavin, and theanine, and it's very high also in calcium, iron, and vitamin E. How does it come that we eat it without cooking it? But because we put it into soaking into water, then it blossoms like a flower, it opens, and then it becomes the same texture as cooked rice. And this is very palatable, and I will tell you, very digestive. I was worried about that part, since I don't digest well, not even brown rice properly cooked, let alone this one. No, but it's highly digestive, so don't worry about that. So with a dehydrator, it is possible, so do not panic if you don't have a dehydrator. You can do it just by soaking it a little bit longer, 2-3 days. And then the same way, you just drain it, rinse it a few times till the water comes clear, drain it, and that's it. And you will keep it in the fridge up to 2 weeks, changing water daily, okay? So let's get doing the recipe. First of all, we have the rice, thank you very much. And now, we are gonna be doing like a marinade. So we have here a few ingredients. I will explain to you each of them. This is lemon juice for the acid. And then we have tamarind for the umami flavor and saltiness. Thank you. Olive oil because of the flavor. Then flax oil because of the nutrients. Cumin, of course, a very Mexican spice. And then Mexican chili, this is a must. This is for the spiciness. Salt, oops, kind of dry there. That's it. Himalayan salt or sea salt if you like. And garlic, okay, for the pungent. Right, so we're gonna mix those ones. I'm gonna leave it to you. There you go, Josh, thank you very much. So next, once we have all the marinade nicely mixed, we're gonna be adding the rice with this marinade to a bowl, like so. Make sure it's properly drained, there is no excess of water. This is so yummy, I'm sure you're gonna love it. And it's just amazing, the texture, when it comes together with the rest of ingredients. And it's very important, a secret ingredient, I'm going to show you shortly. This is what it brings it to the next level. So here I have my rice already drained, and now I'm going to add the marinade. And I'm going to mix it so that it integrates. Thank you. So better 4 hands than 2. This one. Right. And now, once that is done, my secret ingredient. This is sun-dried tomato powder. This is what will make all the difference. It's very simple to do, just using sun-dried tomatoes, but not like soft dried. It has to be really, really dry. So if you buy them and they're kind of soft, you put them in the hydrator till they become crispy. Then you put them in a blender, and then you just powder them, like they become fine powder, and then you just use it in your recipes. And it will add a very distinctive flavor that will give you the feeling that it's cooked. So I mix that one. The flavors are going to integrate thanks to the marinade and the next ingredient that we're going to add. So you can mix it even better. Thank you very much. So now we're going to add tomatoes, but this time, like many other recipes, we don't use the seeds. In this occasion, the seeds are quite important because they're going to add some liquid, and that's what we need so that the tomato powder will be properly absorbed. So using the seeds this time, we're going to be dicing this one, like so. So you just do first thick juliennes like this, and then just dice it for a very nice texture and flavor, like this. Make sure that your knife is properly sharpened, because tomatoes are not the easiest if your knife is not, and you could end up cutting yourself. So make sure that your knife is properly sharpened. A dull knife is much more dangerous than a sharpened one, okay? So the tomatoes are ready to be mixed with the rice, and I'm going to pass it to my assistant. He's going to take care of that while I cut the rest of the condiments, ingredients. Thank you very much. So now we add the tomatoes into the rice with the seeds and the liquid, everything. And now we're going to be adding 2 green onions. And of course, we are talking about a Mexican meal, so cilantro, very important. So the green onions, very easy to chop them like this. You do 3 times or 4 times, and just thinly slice it, so it's very pleasant to find the little rondelles like this. It's gonna add a little bit of pungent and make our rice more interesting, because we have added some garlic already. The onion will go very nicely. Okay, almost ready like this. And this onion, they are not too strong. Okay. So ready for the onions. And we keep mixing. And last but not least, our cilantro. We just shave it a little bit. We get rid of the big stems. You can reserve a few leaves for the plating, the nice ones, and the rest, you just shave it and chop it, but not overdoing it, because otherwise it will oxidize too much and then it'll be kind of bitter. So not too much, don't overdo it. you do like this. You collect them all in a, let's say, a bowl, and you go slowly, and then once more. Make sure it's properly dry and that your board is clean and dry too, otherwise it will not be a good result. So, cilantro is ready too. We're almost there. So, this one goes in and that one too. Thank you. And we keep mixing. Okay, so we are ready for plating now. So I'm going to be serving it with a little bit of creme fraiche, avocado creme fraiche. I think that avocado is an ingredient we use in most common Mexican meals, so I think it will be a very nice contrast on the serving, and also it will round up the flavor a little bit, so yeah, why not? And then if you want a more consistent meal, you could even add some black beans if you're not hardcore raw like I am, and even corn. It will go very, very nicely there, or some chopped avocado too, why not? They limit your imagination. So I'm going to be serving this here to mold. You could use also a ring like the one I have there, but today I'm going to serve it with this bowl just to change. Like last time I showed you the plating with a ring. This time I will show you, in case you don't have a ring, that you can do it with a bowl like this, and it will be as nice, familiar style, with a touch of glamour with the brushing I'm going to do now on the plate. You will see how simple and fast it is to present nicely this kind of meal. So just make sure that you compact a little bit the rice, you know, so that it sticks together, like so. And you just go like that. Try to fix it in the middle, like this. And then I'm gonna brush like that to make it a little bit more fancy. You know, this little touch, they go a long way, and it doesn't take just a few seconds more. And then this is a guacamole creme fraiche. Yeah, and then just put in a little bit of paprika, which will be very nice, red over green. And then our rice there, some cilantro leaves, of course lime wedges, because as you remember, I put in the dressing some lemon. I could have put lime, but you know, like the lime is going to be there now. And then you can still add a little dollop of guacamole there. That's it. And that is your Mexican rice, which will serve you to many other recipes like Indian rice, paella, my favorite. Next time you stay tuned in, and I will make a very nice paella with this type of rice, or another one which is very similar, that is called forbidden rice, and you will treat it in the same way. So I really hope that you enjoy it, and then I wait for you for next time. Thank you very much for coming. Yummy. Thank you. Okay. I stay in time.